Hey guys, it's Max Scarf. I'm taking a break from the coding. I've been making a lot of progress on my Reflex configuration app, but for now, we've got important stuff to do. Let's try and make a logo. So this logo in the corner here, I actually stole from Google, and it's not been sitting well with me. So I feel like I need to make it my own at least, you know? So, I had a power on the other day and we were messing about with it, but I'm just going to start from scratch in Photoshop. We were using GIMP, and I'm going to see what I can do with it to make it my own. Disclaimer would be, I'm not very good at Photoshop. I'm just kind of doing this on a whim. So, what can we do? First thing I want to do is I want to get rid of all this junk in the bottom. So, I don't know what the best way to do that is. This is the first time I've used this version of Photoshop as well. I don't even know where the zoom button is. Let's have a look around. Are there more things on here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's more like it. So we want to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. So, where's the clone tool? Clone tool's pretty neat. There's nothing really special about it. It's just nice. Nice and easy to use. And I'm just using it to try and get rid of all these zeros and ones. It may be difficult. Let's see. My computer's I bought a new computer, right? And as part of that, I thought I was being really clever by not buying a graphics card at the time, because I was just programming. And you could almost argue that at the time it was really clever. But now, I'm kind of looking back on it thinking, man, the things I could do if I had a graphics card, you know? So here we're just trying to phase out a lot of these numbers, but trying to keep the glow. It's not going to look the best, but what the hell, right? You only live once. You only live once. Oops, that's what happens when you go too far. This is why the clone tool is incredibly useful. I use it all the frickin' time. So you could argue that I'm just ripping off this guy's artwork, and I would definitely agree with that. It's definitely still what I will be doing. However, I'll feel less bad about it because I've at least made an attempt to make it my own, you know? And I think that is worth something, if not a lot. So I'll be able to sleep at night just fine. Just peachy. So, these are almost done. It does look a bit grotty, but I think when we zoom out, well, you kind of can tell. But we'll tidy it up. For now, I'm just doing this shit. I know this isn't going to be the most interesting of things to watch. But I'm not forcing anyone to. I guess I can talk about the AI while I'm doing it. So it's coming along really well. I made a bunch of progress on my configuration app, so now I can create a list of senses and I can I can give them a name, I can give them a description. I thought I'd add that stuff so that it was a bit more, you know what, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna undo all this shit just because I'm feeling like starting again. We're going to filter, and we wanna, where is it? No, it's under image, isn't it? Image, adjustments. We're just gonna desaturate the whole thing. So that's fine. Now, we can start getting rid of this, hopefully a bit easier. Because the colours, well, I don't know if it will have made it easier. I feel like it will have. You never know. Let's try this again. Yeah, so I've also been making it so that the interests, which you could see were being registered in my last video when it was going back and forth, I'm making it so that you can create new interests as well, give them a name, and then start building actions on top of them. So currently you can only make senses that are either a binary or a string. But that actually gives you a lot of possibilities because you can represent a ton of data in a string if you really want to. A ton of different types of data. And it's going to be quite easy to add new ones. Initially I'll just be adding like the value types, like int, string, bool, long, date, time, all that kind of malarkey. More complex user types I'll add at a later date. Make it so you can actually add your own user types, maybe by using attributes or something. I think that would be quite cool. But for now, that's kinda off the table, as it were. Just because I'm lazy. So, once I have that working, I'll be able to create interests. It's very close to working. I'm just being very lazy when it comes to actually creating the controls because I'm trying to do it right. I'll show it off when it's complete. Basically, it's just a win form, which you can. It has like they're called list boxes. It has a list box down one side that has all the senses in it that have been created, and then there's also a section in the bottom for creating new senses where you can fill in a name, a description, a type, and whether it's read or write, basically. And that is already working really neatly. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's called my reflex task configurator. Just trying to neaten that up a bit. It probably won't matter too much. Oops. This is going to take a long time. There might be easier ways to do this. Maybe I should mess about a bit. Where's smudge? Maybe healing. Maybe healing can do it. Do you reckon healing can do it? Looks like healing is the way. Need to be a bit less zealous with it. It's really smudgy. But I can add noise to that maybe. I know this isn't great. Not very good at the whole healing thing. What is that doing? Look at that. Why is it doing that? That is nutso. Let's keep going with this, see what it does. Can we merge these back up again? Do you think it's weird how that's connecting perfectly? I think it's kind of weird. Okay. So we need to stop this at some point. Oh, interesting. So this doesn't really seem much like a healing brush. Maybe it's spot healing that I'm thinking of. I think it is. Spot healing is where you go like this and it tidies it up for you. Or it claims to tidy it up for you. I'm not entirely sure that it does. Seems to be alright. It's doing something. Look at that. Let's try and get rid of this a little bit. See what this is doing. I will never claim to be good at Photoshop. Not in a million years. But I will claim to be persistent. And sometimes that works just as well. Not often. Trying to figure out how this is working, like what it's doing from a programmatical point of view. Because it doesn't really matter though. The question is, how lame does it look? That is the question that will need answering. I suspect the answer is very lame, but we'll see. Does look pretty lame. But the show must go on. See if I can leave that trailing there a bit. And if I can kind of straighten this out a bit as well, make it a bit more kind of swervy, almost. I'll never claim to be an artist. I should really just pay someone a decent amount of funds to make me a cool looking logo. But it is what it is. Okay. Now what do we want to do? Let's see what cool effects we can get. I think we should... No. Where is it? Magic wand. What the hell was that? Edit, undo. Layer from background. Okay. Delete. That didn't really work. Let's do a color selection. Select color range. We want the blackness, but we want like that. That could be good. And then we want a new layer beneath it, which for now we will paint. Where is the paint bucket? Où est le paint bucket? There we go. Okay. But now we've got this on a separate layer. We can start potentially doing some crazy shit. So we can, somewhere around here, there's a really cool image. Is it this one? Brain armor. Open with more apps. Photoshop. Okay. It's not the right kind of document. Yeah, fine. Let's try this then. Let's load it in GIMP, export it, and then import it, I guess. That's what we have to do. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Bugger. I guess I'll never find it. I think it's lost to the ether. Oh well. So now we can start doing cool shit like this. Now, I do kind of still like that kind of blue. There's no denying that. It'd be nice if I could get rid of the halo in the background, really. It does look kind of cool as smoke as well. So then what I want to do is I want to duplicate this layer. Shit. I duplicate the layer. And I want to remove the effect and give it like let's see. Let's have a look. I don't want that. there's one thing that I've learnt, thanks to a good pal of mine. It's always worth just playing with the sliders. Because you never know what's going to happen. Transform, rotate 180 degrees, bring it down so that it's like there. And then maybe see about giving it a different colour, maybe like green. Okay. But which should go where? So I could make it like if I bring this up here like that. Then I can... What's that look like when I zoom out? Because what size is it going to be? I need to clean up the middle a bit. So I think I actually want to go on a mad deleting spree. This is going to look a bit hard. I know. It's not ideal. And yes, this is the weird way I do things. If I can smooth this up a bit, then, you know, we could maybe start getting somewhere. interesting. Very interesting. That's as far back as it lets me go. Okay. So this is cutting down here, and this is cutting up here. So maybe that's alright. Because if we want to keep this like maybe that. No, that's the wrong layer. Like something along those lines, maybe. If I tidy up this circuitry here. A little. Then I would need to do the same thing here, and I would need to nuke like this whole section over here. Like that almost. Got that weird yin-yang thing going on. I can just tidy up the middle a little. Maybe I can get it looking pretty awesome, you know? You never know. You never know until you try. So I think that, I know it's pretty cheesy. Let's see what it looks like if I zoom out. I think it could use a bit of maybe a bit less glow. Maybe a bit less glow. Let's save that. I'll just save it to the desktop for now. We'll save it as new logo. Save. Yeah, okay, let's maximize compatibility. Why not? And then we want to export as PNG, maybe? I do like PNGs. I really wasn't joking when it said quick export, was it? It wasn't playing around. Ah, okay, there we go. Just open it with whatever, man. It's all good in the hood. So I quite like that. If I get something else going on, maybe later. But for now, I think it's alright, honestly. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I'm pretty happy with that. for now, I'll probably tweak it again in the future, but Jesus, don't know how long this video ended up being. It's a bit of a weird one, but I'll upload it anyway. You never know. People might like it. People might hate it. People might be like, what the F, get back to coding. Or nobody might watch it. Either way, it's all good. At least I got something out of it. So, next time you see my channel, I'll have this weird thing as the logo instead of that other version of this that I ripped off. So, yeah, I'm going to try and finish off my configuration application over the weekend. Probably do a video on that on Monday. I might do another one tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not wanting to do too much work this weekend, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, until next time. Peace out, guys. Hope this couldn't really be anything. Peace out.